Have you ever found yourself bogged down by habits or thoughts that sap your energy and peace of mind? If you're over 40, you likely understand the importance of living more lightly and meaningfully. The good news is that small changes can have a profound impact on your life. Picture yourself letting go of what no longer serves you and creating space for genuine tranquility and wisdom. This video is for those who are seeking more serenity and purpose in their lives. Have you ever considered how unnecessary worries or draining relationships affect your well-being? Today, we will explore how you can identify and eliminate these stresses to live more fully. Welcome. In today's video, we'll discuss the 12 things you need to silently remove from your life, inspired by the wisdom of Stoicism. We'll share straightforward and effective Stoic practices to help you recognize and eliminate these 12 obstacles that may be hindering your path to a balanced and happy life. Are you ready to uncover these barriers and learn how Stoicism can help you shed these invisible burdens to achieve a lighter, more meaningful life? Keep watching to see how these ancient lessons can bring real change to your everyday existence. Join us on this journey of transformation and self-discovery. Prepare to challenge your perceptions and gain practical tools for a more serene life. Stay with us until the end to fully understand and integrate each of the 12 steps, ensuring the last one ties it all together. Let's get started on transforming your life silently and effectively. Now, if you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Attachment to material possessions. 1. Finding fulfillment beyond material possessions. Have you ever considered how much of your life is devoted to managing and maintaining your possessions? Today, let's explore how to shift our focus from material belongings to what truly brings happiness and inner peace. The Stoics, like Seneca and Epictetus, taught that true contentment doesn't come from what we own, but from how we live. They believed that an attachment to material possessions can bind and distract us from what genuinely matters, much like carrying unnecessary weight that hinders our path to true peace. Picture your home filled with objects accumulated over the years. Each one might hold a memory, but do all these items truly bring you lasting joy or merely momentary satisfaction? The Stoics encourage us to question this constant desire to accumulate more. Consider the cluttered closet, full of clothes you seldom wear. How often have you felt frustrated searching for something you need amidst the excess? Instead of accumulating, what if we focused on what truly adds value to our lives? Liberating yourself from attachment to material possessions doesn't mean giving up everything and living minimally. It's about finding balance and prioritizing experiences and relationships over objects. Imagine dedicating more time to your hobbies, family, and friends, rather than worrying about the next purchase or maintaining your belongings. The Stoics also teach us to appreciate what we have without being dominated by the urge to acquire more. Recognizing that true wealth lies in gratitude for the present and living simply and fully, we discover that inner peace cannot be bought but cultivated. Think about the freedom that comes from letting go of unnecessary things. It's like clearing space in your life for new experiences and opportunities. Each item you leave behind is a step toward a lighter and more conscious life. Next time you're tempted to buy something new, ask yourself, will this truly add value to my life? If the answer is no, it might be time to reevaluate your priorities. The Stoics invite us to live more consciously, focus on what truly brings joy, and let go of what is superfluous. Freeing yourself from material attachment is a journey of self-knowledge and seeking a more balanced life. It's about finding happiness in simple things, enriching experiences, and sustaining relationships. Let's embark on this journey together, discovering that what truly matters cannot be bought but lived intensely in every moment. Embracing growth through discomfort. The fear of losing comfort is something everyone faces at some point. The stability of an established routine and the familiarity of our environment can provide a sense of security. However, this comfort zone can become an invisible prison, preventing us from growing and exploring new possibilities. Accepting that change and discomfort are inevitable parts of life is essential. Each transformation brings opportunities for learning and evolution. Instead of fearing the unknown, we can see it as a chance to discover new skills and perspectives. Many of life's greatest achievements come from moments of discomfort. When we step out of our comfort zones, we are forced to adapt and grow. This process can be challenging but is also incredibly rewarding. Reflecting on past experiences where unexpected changes led to positive outcomes can be inspiring. These experiences show that even in difficult situations, there is always something to be gained. This mindset helps us face new challenges with courage and optimism. To embrace discomfort, it's useful to adopt a curious and open approach. Instead of resisting change, ask yourself what it can teach you. Each new experience, no matter how uncomfortable, is an opportunity for personal growth and development. By accepting change as an integral part of life, we find renewed freedom. Freeing ourselves from the paralyzing fear of losing comfort allows us to embrace life with all its uncertainties. This path not only leads to a richer and fuller existence, but also empowers us to live in a more resilient and adaptable way. Managing work-related stress with Stoic wisdom. Work-related stress is a familiar challenge for many of us. Tight deadlines and constant demands for productivity can easily overwhelm. Fortunately, Stoic philosophy offers valuable strategies for managing this stress and finding a healthy balance between personal and professional life. First, it's crucial to recognize what is within our control. Often we become anxious about factors beyond our control, such as others' opinions or decisions made by superiors. Focusing on what we can control, such as our attitude and actions, helps reduce stress and maintain calm. The practice of acceptance is another powerful tool. Instead of resisting challenging circumstances, we can accept them as part of reality. This doesn't mean resignation, but understanding that some things are inevitable. Accepting what cannot be changed allows us to use our energy more effectively. Setting clear boundaries is essential. Knowing when to stop working and dedicating time to family, friends, and hobbies is vital for maintaining mental health. The balance between personal and professional life is not a luxury, but a necessity. Establishing schedules and respecting them can help avoid burnout. Reflecting on the purpose of work can also be invigorating. Seeing work not only as a source of income, but as an opportunity to contribute to something greater brings more meaning to our daily tasks, filling us with a sense of purpose and making work more gratifying. Practicing gratitude daily is another valuable strategy. Instead of focusing on what's wrong, remember to appreciate small victories and positive aspects of your work. Gratitude helps maintain a positive attitude and reduces stress. Taking regular breaks is essential. Brief moments of rest during the day can increase productivity and decrease fatigue. Standing up, walking, and breathing deeply are small actions that can have a significant impact on overall well-being. Maintaining a positive internal dialogue is fundamental. When facing challenges, how we talk to ourselves makes all the difference. Instead of harshly criticizing ourselves, we can encourage ourselves and remember that we are doing our best. Remembering that work is just a part of life, not its entirety, is important. Dedicating time to activities that bring joy and relaxation is crucial for a balanced life. Reading a good book, practicing a hobby, or simply spending time with loved ones can renew our energy. These Stoic strategies in the workplace can transform how we deal with stress, helping us find a healthier and more sustainable balance. Well-being at work is possible when we cultivate a resilient and positive mindset. Cultivating patience and reflective analysis. We often find ourselves hastily judging situations without truly understanding them. This impulse to react quickly can lead to misunderstandings, conflicts, and regrets. However, Stoic philosophy offers a different approach, teaching us to develop the ability to analyze before acting. For the Stoics, patience is an essential virtue. When faced with a challenging situation, the first reaction might be emotional. However, taking a step back and observing what's happening allows us to respond more wisely and effectively. This pause can be the difference between an impulsive response and a thoughtful action. Practicing patience helps us see situations in a new light. Instead of being carried away by first impressions, we learn to consider different perspectives. This reflection helps us better understand the contexts and motivations behind others' actions. Additionally, developing this ability to analyze makes us more resilient. When we don't react immediately, we gain time to process our emotions and thoughts. This practice strengthens our ability to handle the unexpected, turning challenges into growth opportunities. A practical example is when receiving criticism. The instinctive reaction might be defensive or aggressive. However, if we take a deep breath and analyze the criticism, we can find valid points for our development. This approach transforms a potential source of conflict into a valuable lesson. Understanding that not everything is as it seems at first glance is another important aspect. Situations often have layers of complexity that aren't immediately visible. By practicing patience, we allow these layers to reveal themselves, offering a more complete and fair view. This practice also helps us avoid unjust judgments. When we react quickly, we risk being unfair to others and ourselves. Taking time for analysis promotes understanding and empathy, reducing unnecessary conflicts. Patience and careful analysis are particularly useful in high-stress situations. In these circumstances, our ability to think clearly may be compromised. However, by training ourselves to pause and reflect, we can maintain clarity and make more informed decisions. Incorporating these principles into our daily lives can be challenging, but the benefits are profound. Continuous practice helps internalize these habits, making us more balanced and wise in our reactions. Over time, this approach becomes second nature, allowing us to navigate life's complexities with more serenity and wisdom. Patience and reflective analysis become powerful tools for dealing with adversities and improving relationships. Before reacting impulsively, take a step back, breathe, reflect, and analyze. This simple practice can transform how you handle daily situations, bringing more peace and clarity to your life. Adopting patience and reflective analysis in our routine requires practice and conscious intention. Establishing moments of pause throughout the day, where you can reflect on your reactions and decisions, helps build the habit of thinking before acting. Another vital aspect is self-awareness. Recognizing when intense emotions dominate us gives the opportunity to stop and breathe. This recognition is the first step to gaining control over reactions, allowing for more thoughtful and effective responses. Meditation and other mindfulness practices can be valuable tools in this process. They teach us to focus on the present and observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. Over time, These practices increase our ability to remain calm and clear in challenging situations. Talking to others about their perspectives can also enrich our ability to analyze situations. Listening attentively broadens understanding and reveals nuances that might not have been initially evident. This enhances judgment skills and strengthens interpersonal relationships. Practicing these principles helps build a more resilient and balanced mind. With patience and reflective analysis, we face challenges with greater wisdom and less stress. This continuous process of personal growth transforms our life experience, promoting serenity and satisfaction. When faced with the next challenging situation, remember to pause, reflect, and analyze. With these tools, you will be better equipped to make decisions reflecting your values and promoting a healthy balance between mind and emotions. Fear of aging. Let's talk about something we all face, but don't always know how to handle: the fear of aging. Perhaps you feel a certain discomfort watching time pass, noticing you no longer have the same energy as before, or observing changes in your body. But did you know that Stoic philosophy can help us accept this inevitable passage of time? Stoics believed that aging is a natural part of life, something we all will experience. They teach us that instead of fighting it, we should accept and even find wisdom in this transition. Aging is not losing, it is gaining new perspectives, experiences, and above all, wisdom. Imagine if we could see each wrinkle, each grey hair, as medals of a life well lived. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, said that life is like a river that flows, and each stage has its beauty and purpose. He encourages us to embrace each phase, recognizing that everything has its time and importance. The fear of aging often comes from the idea of losing youth, vitality, and relevance. However, the Stoics invite us to change this perspective. Instead of focusing on what we are losing, how about focusing on what we are gaining? Experience, patience, and a clearer vision of what really matters in life. Remember the times you overcame challenges and emerged stronger. Aging is like that, a continuous process of learning and growth. It's an opportunity to know yourself better, to connect more deeply with others, and to appreciate the small things that often go unnoticed in youth. When we stop fighting against aging and start seeing it as a journey, we find a new form of peace. Anxiety diminishes, acceptance grows, and in that acceptance we find new freedom, a new way of living without the burden of trying to be something that has already passed. Aging is a privilege. It is a chance to live more fully and consciously. Each day is a new page, and you are the author of that story. Write it with courage, joy, and the wisdom that only time can bring. So the next time you look in the mirror and notice the marks of time, remember they are witnesses to your journey of everything you have overcome and achieved. Accept them with pride and move forward, always learning and growing. After all, as the Stoics teach us, the true value of life is in how we live it, not in how much time we have. Relentless pursuit of recognition. The relentless pursuit of recognition is something many of us experience. From an early age, we are conditioned to seek external validation, whether through praise, awards, or approval from those around us. However, this dependence can become a burden, stealing our inner peace and diverting us from our true purpose. Freeing ourselves from this need begins with a change in perspective. Instead of constantly seeking others' approval, it is important to focus on the intrinsic value of our efforts. Ask yourself, am I satisfied with what I did? Does this work reflect my values and skills? Finding satisfaction in one's efforts is a path to true fulfillment. When we depend on external recognition, we place our well-being in the hands of others. This makes us vulnerable to others' opinions, which can be fickle and inconsistent. In contrast, by valuing our own growth and development, we find a source of satisfaction that cannot be taken from us. Focusing on personal growth involves recognizing and celebrating our own achievements, no matter how small. Each step, each small advance, is a brick in the construction of our own journey. When we appreciate these moments, we begin to understand that true recognition comes from within. Moreover, freeing ourselves from the need for external recognition gives us immense freedom. Without the pressure to please others, we can explore our passions and talents in an authentic way. This leads to a fuller and more satisfying life, where our actions are guided by our own values and not by the expectation of approval. To cultivate this mindset, it is helpful to practice gratitude and self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your achievements and the progress you have made. Thank yourself for the effort and dedication. This practice strengthens self-esteem and reduces dependence on external validation. It is also important to remember that external recognition can be fleeting. What is valued today may be forgotten tomorrow. Focusing on personal growth and internal satisfaction creates a solid and lasting foundation that remains regardless of external circumstances. By seeking to free yourself from the need for recognition, direct your attention inward. Value your effort, celebrate your achievements, and have faith in the value of your own growth. This not only brings deeper satisfaction, but also allows you to live more fully and authentically. Guilt over past decisions. Let's explore an issue that many of us face: guilt over past decisions. We all have moments when we look back and wish we had acted differently. But does carrying this guilt really help us? Stoics like Epictetus and Seneca show us that the past is beyond our control. Carrying guilt for something we cannot change only adds unnecessary weight to our present. Instead of sinking into regrets, the Stoics teach us to see these experiences as valuable learning opportunities. When reflecting on our past decisions, it is important to adopt a more compassionate perspective. Everyone makes mistakes. Instead of punishing ourselves, we should learn from them and move forward. Each mistake committed is a step on the ladder of our personal development. By looking at these mistakes through the lens of learning, we realize that each one has helped shape who we are now. The Stoics remind us that these difficult moments are part of our journey and are essential for our growth. Freeing ourselves from guilt opens space for self-acceptance and inner peace. It is crucial to remember that everyone, without exception, makes mistakes. It is part of our human nature. What really matters is how we choose to move forward with the lessons learned. Facing our mistakes with courage and using them as fuel for growth is a sign of strength. When we stop judging ourselves harshly, we start seeing life with more compassion and understanding. The Stoics also encourage us to live in the present, the only moment we really have. Leaving guilt in the past allows us to fully and meaningfully enjoy the now. This does not mean ignoring the consequences of our actions, but rather learning to deal with them constructively. Adopting this Stoic vision frees us from the chains of guilt and allows us to grow. The mistakes of the past become steps that elevate us to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us. By focusing on learning and growth, we discover that guilt can be left behind. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write "I have the power" so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. Facing our mistakes with a new perspective, we build a richer and more meaningful life. Each past decision, even those that seem like mistakes, becomes a fundamental piece in the construction of a better and more conscious future. Following this line of thought, imagine living without the burden of guilt. Each day becomes a new opportunity to apply the lessons learned. Stoic wisdom teaches us that the value lies in how we respond to challenges, not in avoiding mistakes at all costs. When we allow ourselves to see mistakes as part of our evolution, we start developing greater resilience. Each setback, each poorly made choice, becomes a brick in the construction of a stronger and better founded life. Over time, this change in perspective gives us more confidence to face new challenges. Epictetus said that it is not events that disturb us, but how we interpret them. By re-evaluating our past decisions in a more positive light, we begin to realize that the power over our lives is in our hands. It is up to us to decide whether a mistake defines us or if it is just a chapter in a bigger story. This change in mindset does not happen overnight. It is a continuous process of self-understanding and self-compassion. As we practice this new way of thinking, guilt begins to lose its power. In its place arises a sense of empowerment and control over our own destiny. It is natural to look back and feel regret for certain decisions. However, the Stoics invite us to see these moments as an intrinsic part of the human journey. Each mistake is an opportunity to demonstrate resilience, learning, and growth. By accepting this, we start living more authentically and freely. Over time, as we apply Stoic principles, we begin to feel a new lightness. The emotional burden diminishes and clarity increases. Future decisions are made with more wisdom, based on understanding the lessons of the past. Therefore, by facing guilt over past decisions with a new perspective, we transform our lives. We adopt a vision of continuous learning and growth, allowing us to live according to our deepest values. In this way, we find the peace and satisfaction that come from a life lived fully, with courage and purpose. Thus, each experience, good or bad, contributes to the person we become. And this journey, with all its imperfections, is what makes life truly rich and meaningful. By freeing ourselves from guilt, we take a crucial step towards living with more wisdom and serenity, just as the Stoics taught us. Unrealistic expectations in relationships. We all have expectations when it comes to relationships. From an early age, we are influenced by movies, books, and even stories we hear, creating an idealized image of how relationships should be. These expectations are often unrealistic and can lead to frustration and misunderstandings. Epictetus reminds us that we must adjust our expectations to live more balanced lives. They teach that the root of suffering often lies in unmet expectations. When we expect others to act in a certain way or meet all our needs, we place an unfair burden on them and ourselves. It is important to recognize that each person is unique, with their own experiences, traumas, and limitations. Expecting perfection or constant adherence to our desires is a recipe for disappointment. Cultivating healthy relationships means accepting others as they are, with their qualities and imperfections. A healthy relationship is built on mutual respect and understanding. Adjusting expectations does not mean accepting any behavior, but understanding that everyone has their flaws. Communicating openly about needs and boundaries helps create a more truthful and satisfying connection. By lowering unrealistic expectations, we open up space to appreciate the people around us for who they really are. This not only relieves the pressure on relationships, but also allows us to enjoy genuine moments of connection and love. This approach can profoundly transform how we relate to others. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of focusing on what we can control. We cannot change others, but we can adjust our attitudes and reactions. Accepting this truth gives us more serenity and allows us to better handle inevitable human flaws. Adjusting expectations also involves self-awareness. Reflect on what you expect from others and ask yourself if these expectations are fair or realistic. This exercise can reveal a lot about your own needs and insecurities, allowing for significant personal growth. By working on these issues, you will find more peace and satisfaction in relationships. Accepting others' imperfections along with practicing compassion and empathy creates an environment where everyone can flourish. Healthier and more realistic relationships are possible when we adjust our expectations and focus on building genuine and compassionate connections. Excessive concern with others' opinions. This is a common problem, especially in the age of social media, where everything we do seems to be under the critical eye of everyone. But how can we reduce this influence and live according to our own values and Stoic principles? Stoics like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius teach us that inner peace comes from living in harmony with our values, not pleasing others. They believed that constantly worrying about others' opinions is a form of slavery that prevents us from being truly free and authentic. Remember the times when you changed your behavior or choices out of fear of others' judgment. Perhaps you hesitated to follow a dream, express an opinion, or make an important decision. This constant fear imprisons us and distances us from the full life we deserve. The Stoics encourage us to focus on what is under our control. Others' opinions are beyond our control. We cannot change what others think or feel. However, we can control our own actions and reactions. By accepting this, we release a huge burden and begin to live according to our own standards. Think about how it would be to live without this constant concern, making choices based on what you truly believe in, instead of trying to please everyone. The sense of freedom that this brings is indescribable. The Stoics call this living in accordance with virtue, that is, acting according to your highest principles. Have you ever wondered how many opportunities you missed out on for fear of what others would think? Maybe you gave up on a hobby, a project, or even a relationship because of this. The Stoics remind us that our life is too short and precious to be lived under the yoke of others' opinions. The next time you feel pressured by others' judgment, stop and reflect. Does this opinion really matter? Does it reflect your values and principles? If not, let it go. By doing this repeatedly, you will strengthen your resilience and gain confidence to follow your own path. Practicing detachment from others' opinions does not mean completely ignoring feedback or well-intentioned advice. It means having the discernment to accept what is constructive and discard what does not add value to your life. Gradually, by living this way, you will notice that anxiety diminishes. You will begin to feel more secure in your choices and more aligned with who you really are. This is the true power of Stoic philosophy, helping us live authentically and fully. Cultivating this Stoic attitude of independence from others' opinions is a continuous journey. It requires practice, patience, and above all, courage. Courage to be yourself without fear of others' judgment. Let's learn to live according to our own values, seek inner peace, and free ourselves from the need for external approval. After all, as the Stoics teach us, true happiness comes from within, not from the opinions others have of us. If you are finding value in the Stoic lessons so far and want to continue exploring practical ways to apply this wisdom in your daily life, subscribe to our channel. Denial of emotions. Often, we are taught to suppress our emotions, to hide what we feel to appear stronger or more composed. However, denying our emotions can lead to a series of physical and mental problems. Stoic philosophy offers a healthier approach to dealing with these emotions, teaching us to understand and accept our feelings instead of suppressing them. First, it is crucial to recognize that emotions are a natural part of the human experience. Feeling sadness, anger, joy, or fear is not a sign of weakness, but of our humanity. Denying these emotions is denying a vital part of who we are. By accepting them, we begin to understand their causes and effects in our lives. Epictetus said that it is not events that disturb us, but our interpretations of them. This teaches us to examine our emotions and identify the thoughts that provoke them. When we feel anger, for example, we can ask ourselves, what am I thinking that is causing this anger? This reflection helps us unravel the root of our emotions and deal with them more effectively. Another important point is the acceptance of emotions without judgment. When we feel sadness or fear, we often criticize ourselves for it. Instead, we can accept these feelings as part of our living and growing process. This acceptance does not mean resignation, but an honest acknowledgement of our emotional states. Practicing mindfulness is a valuable technique. By focusing on the present moment, we observe our emotions without being carried away by them. This allows us to experience our feelings in a more controlled and less reactive way. Mindfulness teaches us to be present with our emotions, allowing them to flow naturally instead of suppressing them. Reflecting on the impermanence of emotions is also helpful. No feeling lasts forever. They come and go like waves. Knowing that a negative emotion is temporary can give us the strength to face it with more serenity. By accepting this transitory nature, we allow ourselves to feel without fear of getting stuck in an emotional state. Positive self-talk is fundamental. Instead of criticizing ourselves for feeling anger or sadness, we can talk to ourselves with kindness and understanding. Ask yourself what you can learn from this emotion and how it can contribute to your personal growth. This approach promotes self-compassion and emotional development. The practice of visualization is another powerful tool. Visualizing yourself facing challenging situations with calm and clarity can prepare your mind to handle them better when they arise. This exercise strengthens your emotional resilience and your ability to respond. Remembering that everyone faces difficult emotions is consoling. Knowing that we are not alone in our emotional struggles creates a sense of connection and empathy. This allows us to be kinder to ourselves and others, understanding that emotions are a universal experience. Transforming emotions into positive action is also an effective strategy. When we feel anger or frustration, we can channel this energy into constructive activities like physical exercise or creative projects. This not only helps us deal with the emotion, but also use its energy productively. Accepting emotions also involves sharing our feelings with trusted people. Talking about our emotions can alleviate the weight we feel and offer new perspectives on our experiences. This openness strengthens our relationships and helps us deal with emotions more healthily. It is also important to cultivate gratitude and emotional balance. By focusing on what we are grateful for, we shift our perspective and promote a more positive emotional state. Balancing our emotions means accepting both the highs and lows, knowing that both are essential parts of a full life. By adopting these practices, we learn to deal with our emotions more healthily and balanced, finding peace and clarity even in moments of emotional turbulence. Dealing with our emotions healthily requires practice and patience. Every day, as we apply these Stoic techniques, we begin to notice a change in how we relate to our feelings. It is not about eliminating negative emotions, but integrating them constructively into our lives. This acceptance allows us to live more authentically and fully. Recognizing and understanding our emotions gives us the power to respond to them with wisdom instead of reacting impulsively. Self-compassion and self-acceptance are fundamental pillars in this process. Practicing these techniques not only improves our emotional well-being, but also strengthens our relationships. As we become more understanding and empathetic with ourselves, we extend this same compassion to others, creating deeper and more meaningful connections. Instead of denying your emotions, make space for them. Use Stoic strategies to navigate these feelings with grace and courage. In this way, you will find an emotional balance that leads to a richer and more satisfying life. The need to maintain appearances. The need to maintain appearances is a constant pressure in today's society. We are surrounded by messages about how we should dress, behave, and present ourselves to the world. However, this excessive concern with outward appearance can distance us from what really matters, the development of our character and personal integrity. It is easy to fall into the trap of trying to please others and fit into imposed standards. However, focusing only on appearance is superficial and often unsatisfactory. True satisfaction comes from within, from the awareness that we are living according to our values and principles. Character development is internal work that requires self-knowledge and reflection. It is not about how others see us, but how we see ourselves. Cultivating integrity means acting with honesty and consistency, even when no one is watching. This builds a solid foundation of self-confidence and self-respect. When we stop worrying so much about appearances, we begin to realize that others' opinions have less impact on our happiness than we imagined. What really matters is our own assessment of who we are and what we do. This frees us from external expectations and allows us to live more authentically. Focusing on personal development instead of external appearances also has a positive impact on our relationships. Connections become more genuine when we present ourselves as we truly are, without masks. People are attracted to authenticity and true character, not an artificial facade. To cultivate this change of focus, it is helpful to conduct regular self-evaluations. Ask yourself if your actions are aligned with your values. Identify areas where you can improve and work on them with determination. This continuous process of self-improvement strengthens your character and integrity. The journey to abandon the need to maintain appearances is continuous and requires courage. It requires the willingness to be vulnerable and to accept that we do not need to be perfect in the eyes of others. What matters is being true to ourselves and our principles. By directing our energy towards internal growth, we discover a lasting source of satisfaction. External appearance can change and is temporary, but character and integrity are enduring and deeply gratifying. They guide us in all areas of life, providing a sense of peace and fulfillment. Instead of worrying about what others think, focus on who you are and what you believe. This focus on personal development not only improves your life, but also inspires those around you to do the same. True beauty lies in living with integrity and authenticity. Dissatisfaction with the present. Dissatisfaction with the present is a feeling that many of us know well. Often we are so focused on what we want for the future or what we lack that we forget to value what we have now. This tendency to always seek something beyond can prevent us from finding true happiness and inner peace. Practicing gratitude is a powerful way to combat this dissatisfaction. When we stop to reflect on the things we are grateful for, we shift our focus from deficiencies to abundance. This simple act of recognition can transform our perspective and help us see the beauty in everyday life. Gratitude invites us to appreciate the small moments that make up our daily lives, whether it's a conversation with a friend, a delicious meal, or a stunning sunset. Each instant has its value. By paying attention to these details, we find a wealth of experiences that often go unnoticed. Valuing the present also means accepting that not everything will be perfect. There will be challenges and difficulties, but it is important to remember that these moments are part of the journey. They teach us, strengthen us, and prepare us for the future. By accepting the present with all its imperfections, we cultivate an attitude of resilience and acceptance. A practical exercise to develop this skill is to set aside time each day to reflect on what went well. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. This simple practice can significantly change your worldview and increase your satisfaction with life. Another crucial aspect is living in the present moment. Often we worry so much about the future or ruminate on the past that we forget to live in the now. Being fully present in each moment allows us to enjoy life to the fullest. This not only reduces anxiety, but also connects us more deeply with the people and experiences around us. Remembering that life is ephemeral also helps us value the present. Nothing is guaranteed, and each day is a gift. By adopting this perspective, we find a new sense of urgency to live more fully and authentically, making the most of every opportunity that arises. Practicing meditation can be a valuable aid in this journey. Meditation teaches us to focus on the present, observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment. This skill allows us to face life with a calmer and more centered mind, enjoying more of the here and now. Cultivating meaningful relationships also enriches our present experience. When we invest time and energy in our connections, we create valuable memories and a sense of belonging. These relationships support us and give us even more reason to be grateful. Accepting the present does not mean resignation. It is about finding contentment where we are while working towards where we want to go. This balanced approach allows us to grow and evolve without losing appreciation for what we have now. When you feel dissatisfied with the present, stop and reflect on the blessings around you. Practice gratitude and be present in each moment. By doing so, you will discover that true happiness is not somewhere in the future, but right here in the present. Embracing gratitude and living fully in the present also invites us to reevaluate our priorities. Often, we pursue goals that do not reflect our true desires, influenced by external expectations. By focusing on the now, we can identify what really matters to us and align our actions with these values. Finding joy in the small things of everyday life can be a constant source of satisfaction. A walk in the park, the aroma of fresh coffee, or a shared smile are moments that, when appreciated, enrich our lives in a profound and lasting way. This attention to detail transforms common experiences into sources of contentment. Another fundamental aspect is practicing self-compassion, being kind to ourselves when things do not go as planned, and recognizing that everyone faces challenges helps us better cope with present difficulties. This inner kindness reinforces our ability to face adversities with a positive attitude. Engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment is another effective way to value the present. Dedicating time to hobbies, volunteer work, or any other activity that we are passionate about not only enriches our daily lives, but also connects us with our essence and purpose. When we cultivate gratitude and focus on the present moment, we create a solid foundation for a fuller and more meaningful life. Each day becomes an opportunity for growth and joy, and we learn to see the value in each experience, big or small. This state of continuous appreciation transforms our perspective and allows us to live with more serenity and satisfaction. I sincerely hope you have found value in these reflections on how practicing gratitude and focusing on the present can transform your life. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos, and if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day. Aging is a natural and inevitable process, yet it is something many of us dread. The passage of time brings with it physical changes, health challenges, and new emotional landscapes, all of which can feel overwhelming if we are unprepared. However, The key to aging well is not about defying time or clinging to youth, but about cultivating habits that foster health, vitality, and resilience as the years go by. The good news is that both ancient wisdom and modern science provide us with valuable guidance on how to age with grace, strength, and purpose. Throughout history, philosophers have explored the art of living well. Stoicism, in particular, has much to offer on how to maintain inner peace, physical health, and mental clarity through all stages of life. In Stoicism, the focus is not on controlling the passage of time, but on controlling how we respond to the inevitable changes that aging brings. Similarly, other philosophies such as Buddhism, Taoism, and modern health practices also emphasize the importance of developing habits that support longevity, balance, and happiness. These habits, when integrated into daily life, can significantly improve both the quality and length of your life. The aim of this video is to guide you through 15 habits for aging with health, based on the teachings of Stoicism and other philosophical schools of thought. These habits cover physical health, emotional well-being, mental sharpness, and the cultivation of meaningful connections and purpose. Together, they offer a comprehensive approach to not just surviving the aging process, but thriving in it. By focusing on the things we can control, our habits, mindset, and actions, we can navigate the challenges of aging with resilience and vitality. Now, if you are new here, please like the video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my audience is subscribed to the channel, so if this content has helped you in any way, I ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Habit 1. Practice mindful awareness. As we grow older, the challenges of aging often feel more pronounced because our mental agility and clarity begin to decline. However, one of the most powerful tools we have to combat this is mindfulness. Mindful awareness, the practice of being fully present in each moment, helps maintain mental sharpness, emotional balance, and overall well-being. By becoming aware of our thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations in the present moment, we are better able to respond to the challenges that arise as we age, instead of reacting impulsively or dwelling on the past. Mindfulness has roots in both Stoicism and Buddhism, making it a timeless practice for cultivating inner peace and mental clarity. In Stoicism, the writings of Marcus Aurelius often emphasize the importance of living in the present. He wrote extensively about the futility of worrying about the past or future, urging individuals to focus instead on the present moment, where we have the most control. In Buddhism, mindfulness is one of the core practices to achieving enlightenment, with teachings that stress the importance of being aware of each passing moment without judgment or attachment. From a scientific perspective, mindfulness has been shown to improve cognitive function, reduce the risk of dementia, and enhance emotional regulation, all essential for healthy aging. Studies have demonstrated that regular mindfulness practice can increase gray matter density in areas of the brain associated with memory, learning, and emotional regulation. It also helps reduce the production of cortisol, the stress hormone that can contribute to aging-related issues such as memory loss and a weakened immune system. To incorporate mindfulness into your life, start with simple daily practices. This could be a few minutes of meditation each morning, where you focus on your breath and let go of any distractions. Or you might try practicing mindfulness during everyday activities, such as eating, walking, or even while doing chores. By fully engaging with the present moment, you not only sharpen your mind, but also bring a sense of calm and clarity that carries over into all aspects of life. By cultivating mindfulness, you create a foundation for aging gracefully. It helps you appreciate the present without fear of the future, manage stress more effectively, and remain mentally sharp, even as the years pass. Mindfulness is not a practice of denying the realities of aging, but embracing them with calmness, presence, and mental fortitude. Habit 2. Cultivate emotional resilience. Aging is not just a physical process, it is also an emotional journey. As we grow older, we face inevitable changes, loss of loved ones, shifting social roles, and perhaps even a decline in our physical capabilities. These changes can bring about feelings of loss, frustration, or even fear. However, emotional resilience, the ability to recover from setbacks and face challenges with strength, allows us to navigate these emotional shifts with grace. Stoicism provides a powerful framework for cultivating emotional resilience. One of the central teachings of Stoicism is the distinction between what we can control and what we cannot. As Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This concept is crucial for developing emotional resilience. The Stoics believed that while we cannot control external events, we can always control our responses. By focusing on how we choose to respond to life's challenges, we can maintain inner peace even when external circumstances are difficult. In practical terms, emotional resilience involves reframing challenges as opportunities for growth. Instead of viewing aging-related changes, such as retirement, health challenges, or the loss of certain physical abilities, as solely negative, we can reframe these events as chances to develop new strengths, perspectives, and skills. For example, retirement might be seen as an opportunity to pursue passions or interests that were neglected during your working years. Similarly, health challenges can be approached with a mindset of learning, seeking new ways to care for your body and adapting to your needs with creativity and patience. Building emotional resilience also involves practicing acceptance. Many of the difficulties that come with aging, such as illness, loss, or the inevitability of death, are beyond our control. However, by accepting these realities rather than fighting them, we reduce the suffering that often accompanies resistance. As the Stoics taught, peace of mind comes not from avoiding difficulties, but from accepting them as natural parts of life. To cultivate emotional resilience in your own life, consider incorporating reflective practices such as journaling, meditation, or even speaking with a trusted friend or therapist. These practices help you process your emotions, gain perspective, and develop a deeper understanding of yourself and your emotional landscape. By regularly engaging in self-reflection, you strengthen your emotional foundation and are better equipped to face the challenges of aging with strength and grace. Habit 3. Prioritize physical exercise. When we think about healthy aging, physical exercise often comes to mind, and for good reason. Regular exercise is one of the most powerful ways to maintain physical vitality, reduce the risk of chronic diseases, and promote mental well-being as we age. The benefits of exercise are well documented. It improves cardiovascular health, strengthens bones and muscles, enhances flexibility, and boosts mood. Additionally, exercise helps maintain physical independence, reducing the likelihood of falls or mobility issues that often accompany aging. From a Stoic perspective, taking care of the body is essential for living a virtuous and disciplined life. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of temperance and self-discipline, which can be directly applied to how we care for our bodies. The Stoics believed that the body is the vessel through which we express our virtues, and as such, it must be maintained with care. Epictetus often spoke about the importance of not overindulging in physical pleasures and maintaining a balance between caring for the body and the mind. Modern science supports the Stoic belief in the importance of discipline when it comes to physical health. Regular exercise is one of the most effective ways to combat age-related decline, Studies show that exercise helps increase longevity, reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease, and can even slow the progression of cognitive decline. Exercise also triggers the release of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals, which help improve mood and reduce the risk of depression, an important factor for mental health as we age. To make exercise a regular part of your life, it's important to find activities that you enjoy and that are sustainable in the long term. This might involve a combination of cardiovascular exercise, such as walking, swimming, or cycling, strength training to maintain muscle mass and bone density, and flexibility exercises, such as yoga or stretching. The goal is not to push yourself to extremes, but to create a balanced routine that supports your overall health and well-being. Remember, the benefits of exercise extend beyond just physical health. It also improves mental clarity, enhances sleep quality, and helps manage stress, factors that are all essential for aging well. By prioritizing physical activity, you not only take care of your body, but also lay the foundation for a vibrant, healthy, and independent life as you age. Habit 4. Embrace a balanced diet. A healthy diet is another cornerstone of aging well. What we eat has a profound impact on our physical health, cognitive function, and overall vitality. A balanced diet provides the necessary nutrients to fuel the body, support immune function, and prevent chronic diseases that become more common with age. The foods we choose to eat can either promote health and longevity or contribute to inflammation, disease, and premature aging. Stoic philosophy, particularly the teachings on temperance and moderation, can guide us in cultivating a healthy relationship with food. The Stoics emphasized the importance of eating in accordance with nature, avoiding excess, and practicing self-discipline in all things, including diet. They believed that food should nourish the body, not serve as a source of indulgence or excess. This aligns with modern advice to eat a balanced diet, focusing on whole, natural foods rather than processed or artificial products. A balanced diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats, supports healthy aging by providing the body with the nutrients it needs to function optimally. It reduces the risk of chronic conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. Additionally, anti-inflammatory foods, such as leafy greens, nuts, berries, and omega-3 rich fish, help protect against the damage that inflammation can cause to cells and tissues as we age. To apply this habit, focus on incorporating a variety of nutrient-dense foods into your diet while avoiding processed, sugary, or overly refined foods. Drinking plenty of water and staying hydrated is also key, as dehydration can exacerbate many of the issues associated with aging, such as joint pain, fatigue, and cognitive fog. By embracing a balanced diet, you are not only supporting your physical health, but also contributing to your mental clarity, emotional well-being, and longevity. By adopting these first 4 habits, mindful awareness, emotional resilience, physical exercise, and a balanced diet, you set the stage for aging with grace, vitality, and wisdom. These habits, grounded in both ancient philosophy and modern science, offer practical ways to maintain health and well-being as the years go by. Stay tuned as we continue exploring more habits that will help you age with strength, purpose, and resilience in the following sections of the video. Habit 5. Foster lifelong learning. Aging with health is not just about maintaining physical fitness or emotional balance. It's also about keeping the mind sharp and engaged. Lifelong learning is a key habit that can enhance cognitive function, delay cognitive decline, and add richness to your life as you age.
As we get older, the brain, like any muscle, benefits from regular use. When we continue to challenge ourselves mentally, we stimulate neuroplasticity, which is the brain's ability to reorganize and form new neural connections. This mental flexibility is essential for maintaining memory, focus, and problem-solving skills, all of which are critical as we age. In Stoicism, learning is not something that ends when formal education is over. Instead, it is a lifelong pursuit. The Stoics, particularly Marcus Aurelius, placed a high value on learning and self-improvement. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the importance of wisdom and learning, emphasizing that each day is an opportunity to learn something new, whether through books, observation, or self-reflection. This Stoic principle aligns perfectly with the modern understanding that continued mental engagement helps to preserve cognitive function and stave off conditions like dementia and Alzheimer's disease. How can we foster lifelong learning? The opportunities are limitless, but the key is to engage with activities that challenge your mind and inspire curiosity. You might choose to learn a new language, take up a musical instrument, delve into a new area of study, or explore a creative hobby like painting or writing. You could also engage in intellectual conversations, attend lectures, or participate in book clubs. What's important is that you're actively learning and stretching your cognitive abilities, which helps keep your brain healthy and adaptable as you age. Studies show that older adults who engage in regular learning activities experience slower cognitive decline and are better able to handle complex tasks. Learning new skills also promotes a sense of accomplishment and self-efficacy, which is crucial for maintaining emotional well-being. The act of learning not only keeps your brain sharp, but also helps you maintain a sense of purpose and fulfillment, which is particularly important as traditional roles in work or family life may shift. Incorporating lifelong learning into your routine could be as simple as reading every day or signing up for online courses. The internet has made learning more accessible than ever, with thousands of free or affordable courses available on virtually any topic. The key is to stay curious, keep pushing your boundaries, and embrace the joy that comes with acquiring new knowledge and skills. By fostering a habit of lifelong learning, you maintain a vibrant, engaged mind, ready to take on the challenges and joys that aging brings. Habit 6. Build meaningful relationships. While much of the focus in discussions of aging tends to be on physical health, social connections are equally important for aging well. Humans are social beings, and strong relationships play a critical role in our overall well-being as we age. In fact, research shows that maintaining close relationships and social connections can significantly improve life expectancy, reduce the risk of cognitive decline, and enhance emotional health. In contrast, social isolation and loneliness are associated with higher rates of depression, anxiety, and even a shorter lifespan. Philosophers throughout history have recognized the importance of relationships in leading a fulfilling life. In Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics, he emphasized that friendship is one of the most important elements of a virtuous and happy life. True friendships, he argued, are based on mutual respect and shared values, and these connections provide emotional support, companionship, and the opportunity to grow as individuals. The Stoics, too, valued meaningful relationships as a source of strength, but they also stressed the importance of maintaining emotional balance in these connections. Seneca wrote extensively about friendship, stating that while it is important to form deep bonds, we must also be mindful not to become overly dependent on others for our sense of self-worth or happiness. Building and maintaining relationships as we age can be challenging, especially as life circumstances change. However, making the effort to cultivate meaningful connections is well worth it. whether through family, friends, or community. These relationships provide emotional support and a sense of belonging, which are crucial for mental and emotional health. Social interactions help to reduce feelings of loneliness and provide a buffer against stress and anxiety. One way to strengthen relationships is by being intentional about maintaining them. This might involve scheduling regular time to meet with friends, participating in social clubs or community activities, or simply reaching out to loved ones to stay connected. It's also important to cultivate relationships with people of different ages and backgrounds, as this helps broaden your perspective and keeps your social life dynamic. Moreover, fostering meaningful relationships isn't just about quantity, it's about quality. Focus on building relationships that are based on trust, shared values, and mutual respect. Engage in deep, meaningful conversations that go beyond surface-level interactions. By investing time and energy into these connections, you build a social network that will support you emotionally and mentally as you age. Strong relationships are not just a source of happiness, they are also linked to better health outcomes. Studies have shown that people who maintain close, supportive relationships are more likely to live longer, recover faster from illness, and experience fewer mental health issues. Therefore, cultivating meaningful relationships is an essential habit for aging well, both for your emotional satisfaction and your overall health. Habit 7. Get quality sleep. Sleep is one of the most underrated but essential aspects of healthy aging. As we get older, the quality of our sleep often declines, which can lead to a host of health problems, including impaired memory, weakened immunity, and increased risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease and diabetes. Unfortunately, many people underestimate the importance of sleep and don't take the necessary steps to ensure they are getting enough restful sleep each night. However, prioritizing sleep is one of the most powerful ways to support both physical and mental health as we age. From a Stoic perspective, maintaining discipline in all areas of life, including sleep, is crucial for living well. The Stoics believed in the importance of having a structured life, and this included establishing healthy routines that support overall well-being. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the need to start each day with purpose and clarity, which is only possible when one is well rested and mentally sharp. The Stoic concept of temperance can also be applied to sleep. Moderation and balance are key, and ensuring that you get enough rest without oversleeping aligns with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with nature. Sleep is when the body repairs itself, both physically and mentally. During deep sleep, the brain processes memories, consolidates learning, and clears out toxins that accumulate throughout the day. A lack of quality sleep impairs cognitive function, making it harder to focus, remember, and make decisions. Chronic sleep deprivation can also weaken the immune system, increase inflammation, and lead to weight gain, all of which negatively impact health as we age. To ensure you get quality sleep, it's important to establish a consistent sleep routine. This includes going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, even on weekends. Creating a relaxing pre-sleep routine, such as reading, meditating, or practicing gentle stretching, can signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Limiting exposure to screens before bed, reducing caffeine intake, and creating a cool, dark, and quiet sleep environment are all practical ways to improve sleep quality. In addition to routine, it's also important to recognize the value of sleep for both body and mind. Sleep should be seen as a non-negotiable part of your self-care routine, not something to be sacrificed for the sake of productivity. By prioritizing sleep, you will enhance your cognitive function, emotional regulation, and physical health, allowing you to age more gracefully and with greater vitality. Habit 8. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful emotional practice that can transform the way we experience aging. As we grow older, it's easy to fall into the habit of focusing on what we've lost, whether that's physical strength, opportunities, or time. However, practicing gratitude helps shift the focus from what is lacking to what remains abundant in our lives. By cultivating a habit of gratitude, we foster a positive outlook that enhances mental health, strengthens relationships, and improves overall life satisfaction. Gratitude is deeply embedded in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics often wrote about the importance of reflecting on the good things in life and appreciating the present moment. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to be grateful for life's blessings, no matter how small or fleeting they might be. In his Meditations, he emphasized the importance of recognizing the beauty in the everyday and the wisdom to see the lessons in even the most challenging circumstances. By regularly reflecting on the things we are grateful for, we cultivate a sense of contentment and acceptance, which is essential for aging well. Modern psychology supports this ancient wisdom. Numerous studies have shown that people who regularly practice gratitude experience lower levels of stress and depression, better physical health, and a greater sense of well-being. Gratitude helps to rewire the brain to focus on positive aspects of life, making it easier to cope with challenges and setbacks. This shift in focus is particularly important as we age, when many of the changes we experience may feel like losses. Practicing gratitude helps us to appreciate the richness of the present moment, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. Incorporating gratitude into your daily life can be simple, yet powerful. One common practice is keeping a gratitude journal, where you write down 3 things you are grateful for each day. This might include anything from the warmth of the sun on your skin to the kindness of a loved one, or the fact that you are still able to move your body and engage with the world around you. By making this a daily habit, you train your mind to focus on the positive, which has a profound impact on your emotional and physical health. Gratitude can also be expressed through your actions. Take time to thank the people around you, whether that's your family, friends, or even strangers who brighten your day. Gratitude, when shared, deepens connections and strengthens relationships, which are vital for emotional well-being as we age. In summary, practicing gratitude is a simple but transformative habit that promotes emotional resilience, mental clarity, and a greater sense of fulfillment. By regularly reflecting on the things you are thankful for, you create a positive mindset that supports healthy aging and helps you find joy in the present, no matter what challenges life brings. By integrating the habits of lifelong learning, meaningful relationships, quality sleep, and gratitude into your life, you are not only enhancing your health, but also enriching your emotional and intellectual well-being. These habits, grounded in both philosophical teachings and scientific research, offer a holistic approach to aging with grace, resilience, and joy. As we continue in the next section, we will explore additional habits that will help you maintain balance, purpose, and vitality in the later stages of life. Stay tuned as we delve into more timeless wisdom on how to age with health and happiness. You have now reached the halfway mark of the video. I congratulate you for trying to become a better version of yourself, and I also humbly ask you to leave a comment, as it helps my channel immensely. If you do not know what to comment, just write "better every day" so I know you reached this far. And don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also, I've linked some books on Stoicism that helped me become the man I am today, and will also help you achieve a Stoic mindset. Habit 9. Maintain a strong sense of purpose. As we age, it is crucial to maintain a strong sense of purpose. Purpose gives our lives meaning and direction, and it is a key driver of both mental and physical health. Whether through work, hobbies, family, or community involvement, having a clear sense of purpose helps keep us motivated, engaged, and resilient, even in the face of life's challenges. From a philosophical standpoint, the importance of purpose is highlighted across many traditions. In Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning, he discusses how finding purpose, even in the most difficult circumstances, is essential for emotional and psychological well-being. Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and psychiatrist, observed that those who had a sense of meaning in their lives were far more likely to endure suffering and find a way through hardship. Similarly, the Stoics believed that living with purpose was fundamental to achieving a virtuous and fulfilling life. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on his responsibilities as a leader, finding meaning in his duty to the Roman Empire, while Epictetus taught that we must align our actions with our life's purpose, no matter the obstacles we face. Purpose isn't just a philosophical ideal, it's also a vital component of healthy aging. Studies have shown that individuals who maintain a strong sense of purpose tend to live longer, experience fewer health problems, and have a lower risk of cognitive decline. A sense of purpose can be a powerful motivator, keeping the mind sharp and the body active. People who feel their lives have meaning are more likely to take care of their health, stay socially engaged, and maintain a positive outlook. But how do we cultivate or maintain a sense of purpose as we age, especially when our roles in life may change? For some, retirement might feel like a loss of purpose, as the structure and responsibilities of work are no longer present. However, this can also be an opportunity to redefine your purpose in new and fulfilling ways. Volunteering, mentoring, pursuing long-held passions, or even spending more time with family and friends can provide a renewed sense of meaning. The key is to identify what drives you and aligns with your values. For some, it may be contributing to their community through volunteer work. For others, it may be learning new skills or passing on their knowledge to the younger generation. Whatever your purpose may be, having a reason to wake up every morning with intention can drastically improve your quality of life. To find purpose, reflect on what activities or causes bring you joy and fulfillment. Then, set goals and take action toward those areas. Ultimately, maintaining a strong sense of purpose is one of the most important factors in living a happy, healthy life as you age. It keeps the mind focused, the body active, and the spirit engaged. By aligning your actions with your purpose, you create a life that is both meaningful and deeply fulfilling. Habit 10. Embrace change with grace. Aging brings many changes, physical, emotional, and social. How we respond to these changes can have a significant impact on our overall well-being. Some people resist change, clinging to the past, while others embrace it, finding new opportunities in every phase of life. Learning to embrace change with grace is a habit that can help you navigate the challenges of aging with resilience and wisdom. Change is a constant in life, and the Buddhist teachings on impermanence provide valuable insights into how we can learn to accept and even welcome it. Buddhism teaches that everything in life is transient and that attachment to things as they are causes suffering. By understanding and accepting the impermanent nature of life, we can reduce anxiety and stress when faced with change. Similarly, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and to accept what we cannot. Epictetus famously said, "Some things are in our control and others are not." It is only the things that are in our control that should concern us. When it comes to aging, the changes we experience are often beyond our control. Our physical abilities may diminish, our roles in life may shift, and we may face the loss of loved ones. However, we do have control over how we respond to these changes. Instead of resisting them or feeling overwhelmed, we can approach them with acceptance and adaptability. One way to embrace change is by practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us stay grounded in the present moment, reducing the tendency to get lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. By focusing on the here and now, we are better equipped to handle the transitions and challenges that come with aging. Regular meditation, journaling, or reflective practices can help cultivate this mindset of acceptance. Another aspect of embracing change is learning to let go of old habits, routines, or roles that no longer serve us. As we age, we may need to adjust our expectations or redefine our sense of self. This process of letting go can be difficult, but it is necessary for personal growth and well-being. By approaching these changes with openness and curiosity, rather than fear or resistance, we can find new opportunities for growth and fulfillment in every stage of life. Ultimately, embracing change with grace allows us to age with resilience and peace. It frees us from the burden of clinging to the past and opens up new possibilities for growth and happiness. Aging is a journey, and by welcoming the changes that come with it, we can make that journey one of continuous learning, adaptation, and fulfillment. Habit 11. Limit stress. Chronic stress is one of the greatest threats to our health as we age. Stress has been linked to a wide range of health issues, including heart disease, high blood pressure, weakened immune function, and even accelerated aging at the cellular level. Learning how to limit stress is essential for maintaining both physical and mental health as we grow older. Philosophical traditions like Stoicism and Taoism offer powerful tools for managing stress. The Stoics believed that much of our suffering comes not from external events themselves, but from our judgments about those events. Epictetus taught that we should focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and attitudes, while letting go of our attachment to outcomes or events that are beyond our control. This practice of focusing on what is within our power is a key way to reduce stress. By shifting our mindset away from trying to control everything, we can find peace even in challenging circumstances. Taoism also offers valuable insights into stress management, particularly through its principle of Wu Wei, or effortless action. Taoist philosophy emphasizes living in harmony with the flow of life, rather than constantly pushing against it. When we resist the natural rhythms of life, or try to force things to happen, we create unnecessary stress. By learning to let go, trust the process, and move with life's current, we can reduce the strain that often comes from overexertion or constant striving. Modern research supports these ancient teachings. Chronic stress triggers the release of cortisol, a hormone that, in high levels, can lead to inflammation, weakened immunity, and cognitive decline. Over time, unchecked stress can contribute to serious health issues, making it all the more important to find ways to manage stress effectively. There are many practical ways to limit stress in daily life. Meditation, deep breathing exercises, yoga, and mindfulness practices are all effective tools for calming the mind and body. Physical exercise is another excellent way to reduce stress, as it releases endorphins, improves mood, and helps regulate the body's stress response. Time management techniques such as prioritizing tasks, setting boundaries, and taking regular breaks can also help reduce feelings of overwhelm and prevent burnout. In addition to these practices, it's important to cultivate a mindset of self-compassion. Often, we are our own harshest critics, placing unnecessary pressure on ourselves to achieve, perform, or meet certain standards. By practicing self-kindness and letting go of perfectionism, we can reduce the internal stress that often exacerbates external pressures. By limiting stress, we create space for greater peace, clarity, and well-being in our lives. This is particularly important as we age, when managing stress becomes even more critical to preserving our health and quality of life. Incorporating stress-reducing practices into your daily routine will help you age with resilience and vitality, ensuring that you enjoy both mental and physical well-being for years to come. Habit 12. Focus on contribution and legacy. As we grow older, our attention often shifts toward the idea of legacy, what we will leave behind for future generations. Focusing on contribution and legacy provides a sense of meaning and fulfillment that is deeply satisfying. This habit is about finding ways to make a positive impact on the world, whether through small acts of kindness, sharing wisdom with others, or leaving behind a more formal legacy, such as a body of work, charitable contributions, or a family tradition. In Seneca's writings, the idea of legacy is closely tied to the Stoic concept of living a virtuous life. Seneca believed that true success was measured not by material wealth or status, but by the positive impact one had on others and the world. He urged individuals to consider how their actions would be remembered and to live in a way that contributed to the greater good. This idea of legacy encourages us to think beyond ourselves and focus on how we can use our time, energy, and resources to benefit others. Similarly, Aristotle spoke about the importance of living a life of virtue and contributing to the well-being of the community. For Aristotle, the ultimate goal of life was eudaimonia, often translated as flourishing or happiness, which could only be achieved through living virtuously and contributing to the common good. Focusing on legacy is not about grand gestures or leaving behind monumental achievements. Rather, it's about finding small, meaningful ways to make a difference. This might involve mentoring younger generations, volunteering in your community, or passing down important life lessons to your children or grandchildren. Even the smallest contributions can have a lasting impact on the lives of others. Creating a sense of legacy also has profound benefits for your emotional well-being. Research shows that people who feel a sense of purpose and contribution in their later years are more likely to experience greater life satisfaction and emotional health. By focusing on what you can give rather than what you can take, you foster a sense of connection, meaning, and fulfillment that enriches your life and the lives of those around you. Incorporating this habit into your life might involve reflecting on what you want your legacy to be. Ask yourself, what values do I want to pass on? How can I use my knowledge, skills, or resources to make a positive difference in the world? Whether through teaching, volunteering, or simply being present for loved ones, finding ways to contribute will help you age with purpose, meaning, and a lasting sense of accomplishment. As we continue to explore the habits that promote healthy aging, it becomes clear that a combination of physical, mental, and emotional practices is essential for a fulfilling life. From cultivating purpose and embracing change, to limiting stress and focusing on contribution, these habits offer a roadmap for aging with grace, vitality, and wisdom. Stay tuned for the final section, where we will uncover the last few habits that can help you navigate the aging process with strength and resilience. Habit 13. Practice moderation. As we age, maintaining balance becomes increasingly important. Overindulgence in food, drink, or any activity can accelerate the aging process and lead to a host of health issues, from weight gain and heart problems to stress and burnout. Practicing moderation is essential to aging gracefully, ensuring that you enjoy life's pleasures without compromising your long-term health and well-being. The concept of moderation has deep philosophical roots, especially within Stoicism and Epicureanism. The Stoics, particularly Seneca, emphasized temperance as a core virtue. Temperance, or moderation, was about knowing how to enjoy things in life without being controlled by them. The Stoics taught that pleasure in itself was not harmful, but becoming dependent on pleasure or overindulging in it could lead to a lack of self-control, which would ultimately undermine a life of virtue and purpose. Similarly, the Epicureans believed that true happiness comes from moderation. Epicurus argued that simple pleasures enjoyed in moderation were the key to a fulfilling life. He advised against overindulgence, warning that it could lead to unnecessary pain and suffering. In modern times, the wisdom of moderation is supported by scientific research. Overeating, for instance, has been linked to obesity, diabetes, and heart disease, while excessive drinking can damage the liver and other organs. On the other hand, moderate and mindful consumption of food and drink promotes health, longevity, and mental clarity. This principle of moderation applies not just to what we consume, but also to how we live. Striking a balance between work and rest, between productivity and leisure, is essential for maintaining energy and well-being. Practicing moderation doesn't mean depriving yourself of the things you enjoy. Rather, it's about cultivating a balanced approach to life. You can still indulge in your favorite foods, enjoy a glass of wine, or spend time relaxing. Just be mindful of how much and how often. By doing so, you ensure that your pleasures enhance your life rather than detract from it. To incorporate moderation into your life, start by paying attention to your habits. Notice if there are areas where you tend to overindulge, whether it's food, alcohol, work, or screen time. Once you've identified these areas, set mindful limits for yourself. For example, instead of having dessert every night, make it a special treat a few times a week. Or if you find yourself working late into the night, set boundaries for when you stop working to ensure you have time for relaxation and rest. By practicing moderation, you protect your health and well-being while still enjoying life's pleasures. This balance is key to aging well, as it allows you to savor the good things in life without overburdening your body or mind. Moderation also cultivates discipline and self-control, virtues that enhance both physical health and emotional resilience, allowing you to navigate the aging process with grace and ease. Habit 14. Engage in creative activities. Aging well isn't just about maintaining physical health. It's also about keeping the mind and spirit engaged. One of the most fulfilling ways to do this is through creative activities. Whether it's painting, writing, playing music, or crafting, creative pursuits stimulate the brain, foster emotional expression, and provide a sense of accomplishment. Engaging in creativity helps keep your mind sharp, reduces stress, and adds joy and meaning to your life. Throughout history, creativity has been viewed as an essential aspect of human flourishing. Plato and Aristotle both spoke of the importance of creative expression as a means of personal and intellectual growth. In Stoicism, while the focus was more on rational thought, creativity was not dismissed. The Stoics recognized the value of using one's talents and imagination to contribute to society and personal development. Engaging in creative activities was seen as a way to bring order and harmony to the mind, which aligns with the Stoic pursuit of inner peace and clarity. Modern science confirms the benefits of creative activities, particularly for older adults. Studies show that engaging in creative pursuits can enhance cognitive function, delay the onset of dementia, and improve overall mental health. Creativity stimulates the brain, promoting neuroplasticity, which helps keep your mind adaptable and sharp as you age. Additionally, creative activities provide a form of emotional expression, which can be particularly valuable in managing the complex emotions that often arise in later life. Creativity also serves as a way to process life experiences and reflect on your personal journey. As you age, you accumulate a wealth of knowledge, stories, and wisdom. Engaging in creative activities allows you to express and share these insights, whether through writing memoirs, creating art that reflects your life's experiences, or composing music that captures your emotions. To incorporate creativity into your life, start by exploring activities that interest you. If you've always enjoyed drawing or painting, set aside time each week to work on a new project. If writing appeals to you, consider starting a journal, writing poetry, or even attempting a short story. You don't have to be a professional artist or writer to reap the benefits. What matters is that you're engaging your mind and expressing yourself creatively. If you're not sure where to start, try taking a class or joining a group that focuses on a creative activity. Many communities offer workshops or clubs for painting, knitting, music, and other creative pursuits. These groups not only provide a structured way to engage in creativity, but also offer social interaction, which further supports emotional well-being. By making creativity a regular part of your life, you keep your mind active and engaged, reduce stress, and find new ways to experience joy and fulfillment. Creative expression allows you to continue growing and evolving, even in later life, making it a powerful tool for aging with health and vitality. Habit 15. Practice self-compassion. As we age, we often face new limitations, both physical and mental. It's easy to be hard on ourselves for not being able to do what we once could, or for making mistakes that we might not have made when we were younger. However, practicing self-compassion, treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a friend, can make a significant difference in how we navigate the aging process. Self-compassion is deeply rooted in Buddhist teachings, which emphasize the importance of cultivating compassion for both oneself and others. Buddha taught that self-compassion is the foundation for true kindness and empathy toward others. Without it, we are more likely to judge ourselves harshly and experience unnecessary suffering. Stoicism, too, offers a form of self-compassion, though framed in the language of acceptance. The Stoics taught that we should accept our limitations and mistakes as part of the human experience, rather than berating ourselves for them. Seneca often wrote about the importance of accepting one's imperfections and using them as opportunities for growth. Self-compassion is particularly important as we age, because aging inevitably brings about changes and challenges that can be difficult to accept. Physical abilities may decline, cognitive sharpness may wane, and life circumstances may shift in unexpected ways. Instead of viewing these changes as failures or reasons for self-criticism, self-compassion encourages us to approach them with gentleness and understanding. By practicing self-compassion, we acknowledge that aging is a natural part of life, and we treat ourselves with the care and respect we deserve. Research shows that self-compassion has numerous benefits for emotional well-being. People who practice self-compassion tend to experience lower levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. They are also more resilient in the face of challenges, as self-compassion provides a sense of emotional support that helps them navigate difficult times with greater ease. When we are kind to ourselves, we create a more positive mindset, which can enhance both mental and physical health. To cultivate self-compassion, start by paying attention to your inner dialogue. Notice when you're being critical of yourself and ask whether you would speak to a friend in the same way. If not, try to reframe your thoughts with kindness and understanding. For example, instead of thinking, "I can't believe I made that mistake," try, "I'm doing the best I can, and it's okay to make mistakes." Another helpful practice is self-compassion meditation, which involves focusing on feelings of kindness and love toward yourself. You can visualize yourself as you would a close friend and direct compassionate thoughts toward yourself. This practice helps foster a sense of self-acceptance and encourages you to treat yourself with gentleness, even when facing challenges or setbacks. By practicing self-compassion, you create a healthier relationship with yourself as you age. Instead of focusing on your limitations or mistakes, you learn to accept yourself fully, imperfections and all. This acceptance brings peace of mind and emotional resilience, helping you navigate the ups and downs of aging with grace and kindness. Conclusion. Aging is an inevitable part of life, but how we age is largely within our control. By adopting habits that nurture physical health, emotional well-being, mental sharpness, and a sense of purpose, we can age with grace, vitality, and fulfillment. The 15 habits we've explored, ranging from mindfulness, emotional resilience, and exercise to creativity, moderation, and self-compassion, offer a comprehensive approach to aging that draws on the wisdom of Stoicism, Buddhism, and other philosophical traditions, as well as modern science. These habits are not just about extending life, they are about enhancing the quality of life, ensuring that we remain vibrant, engaged, and purposeful as we age. Each habit builds on the others, creating a holistic framework for living well into our later years. By focusing on what we can control, embracing change, fostering connections, and maintaining a sense of purpose, we create a life that is rich with meaning and joy, no matter our age. Ultimately, the path to aging with health is not about fighting against time, but about aligning with it, learning to embrace each stage of life with wisdom, acceptance, and grace. Through these habits, you can cultivate the physical strength, emotional resilience, and mental clarity needed to thrive in the later stages of life, ensuring that your journey through aging is not just long, but deeply fulfilling. Now, if any part of this message has been helpful to you, leave us your like and comment, helping the algorithm recommend it to someone who needs it at this time. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss new videos. And if you look through the videos we've already uploaded, you're sure to find something to take with you. Have a good day.